lot of fans. Very, very popular guy. Ron Harris here. I'm the online editor. About to start coverage of the Orlando Pro, and I just found out some shocking, very, very sad news. I'm sure a lot of you guys found out over the past hour or two, is that Joe Lindner, aka Joesthetics, very, very popular bodybuilder.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to D1W1, and yet again, another young, highly looked after bodybuilding athlete is no more. He died at the age of, maybe he's saying 29, or he was just about to celebrate his birthday at the age of 30. And we all know this guy had one of the most freakiest physique you can ever think of. This guy was dry to the bone 365 days a year. He was always in shape, apart from when he also had a medical, I don't know what medical issue was with him, that he fell off a little bit and then he came back, and all of a sudden his physique was back, which seems really impossible for you to be sick and back, and all of a sudden, boom, you're back to where you left off. I'm not saying it's impossible, but the length of time, the shortness of time he had to gain back his physique was just mind-boggling. So I'm not saying anything. Let's just all listen to this guy. What's his name? Muscular Development. I don't know him. But let's listen to him and see. We are going to listen to him, and then we are going to try and listen to a medical practitioner. We'll see the two versions, and we'll try to get what was the cause of that. But before that, steroid is bad. We are on this earth just one time. Joesthetics will never ever come back. He's gone forever at the age of only, let's give him 30. So was it worth it? He had 8 million followers, and so what? He had a massive social media following, and so what? Because he's no more and never ever to come back. We are all going to die one day, that is clear. But you don't want to shorten your time on this earth, because as long as you're alive, you want to be healthy and live as long as possible, not to shorten your lifespan. So let's just check what happened.
YouTube star, social media star, known as Joesthetics, 8.4 million followers on Instagram.
By the way, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget also to click the notification button, and also give me a thumbs up so that my platform can really grow. I want to be like Joesthetics. I want to also grow my platform, so don't forget to do that. Thank you.
A lot of fans. Very, very popular guy. Has passed away at either 29 or 30. I don't know if he had his birthday yet this year. Born in 1993, so he was either 29 or 30, which is very, very young. His girlfriend, her name is Nietzsche. She posts under I'm a Peaches, IMMA Peaches, on Instagram, and she gave the full story because, obviously everyone's going to speculate, was it a heart attack, was it this? So his girlfriend, this is in Thailand. He's been living in Thailand. He's originally from Germany. I never met the guy, but just from the videos, such a great personality, smiling, happy, helpful to everybody, very motivational, very inspirational, really made bodybuilding seem fun and something everybody could be a part of. Anyway, his girlfriend posted, yesterday he passed away by aneurysm. I was there with him in the room. He put on the necklace on my neck that he made for me. Then we just lay down, cuddle, wait for the time to go meet Noel at the gym at 1600. He was in my arms, and this is just happening too fast 3 days ago. He kept saying that the pain in his neck, we not really realize it until it too late. See, at this moment, I couldn't write anything much. Trust me, this man is more than what you ever know. He's so sweet, kindness, strong, and hard work, man, and loyalty and honesty, smart. And he is the believer in everyone, especially me. He believes in me that I could be better and be someone in this world when everyone else just laugh about it. He think a lot about what to post and care a lot about every comment, and every day after he posted, he just in his room reply all the comments himself. He put a lot of work to be motivated to his fans. Even sometimes he feel not so motivation, but he can't rest or give up. She's obviously in Thailand, so her English is a little off, but give her credit for making this post. Like you always say, keep pushing and stay strong. If your guys were know him like I do, his is the amazing, incredible person in the world. There was just a little bit more. Part 2. Yeah, he says he think a lot about it. He can't rest or give up. He think a lot about the post. He put a lot of work to be motivated. His fans. Sometimes he can't rest or give up because he knew 8 million people out there need this from him. Yeah, that's amazing that he was so engaging with his fans. Like you always say, keep pushing and stay strong. Okay, he done so much and he built so far just by himself. So please remember him as Joesthetics. And yeah, he had a tremendous physique, incredibly aesthetically pleasing, obviously. Something a lot of people could aspire to for sure. Very, very tragic. That is so young, 29 or 30 years old. I don't know how many of you guys are older and have kids. I have a daughter who will be 30 in April, so that is very, very young, guys. Very, very young to lose your life. My heart goes out to his family, his friends, and of course, all these fans. Over 8 million people around the world who really respected, looked up to this guy.
I really wanted to get cute,
he put a ton of content out, so that'll live on. Unfortunately, he won't, and that's just a tragedy. That is so young. Joe Angel, 30. Yeah, so he did turn 30. I mean, I'm seeing different reports on different sites. Alvarez way too soon. Tony Rod too young. He always said he used just. I mean, don't start talking about the PED use, guys. Come on.
So why should you not talk about the PED? Why should you not talk about the PED? So you just want to talk about how great he was, but you don't want to talk about something that might have been the cause. So how do you then educate the youth? How do you then educate the young ones? You are dead saying that you want them to live past the age of 30 into their 40s, 50s, and even more. But now you are saying don't talk about the PEDs. This is the time to talk about PEDs. This is the time to educate the young ones. This is the time to tell them that it's not really worth it, because your life is all you've got. This is the time. When things like this happen, this is the time that we have to use this as an example of what not to do. This is vanity. Those things are vanity. We know everything is vanity, but life is precious. Because once you lost it, you can never get it back. And it's not just you. Girlfriends, wives, children, fathers, a whole unit of family and friends. So this is the time you have to educate the youth. Because are you trying to hide what you're doing? Because it's like, oh, come on guys, let's not talk about it. That is what we should talk about now. We should educate the young ones. We should make them know that their life is more important than muscles. You can gain muscles just by training and eating well. But the use of PEDs, sometimes it leads only to loss of lives. So this is the time. So why are you trying to say don't talk about it now? Why?
Aneurysm, if it was a heart attack, yeah, maybe you could start pointing the finger at the PEDs. Aneurysm, I don't know. I honestly don't know if there's any relation between PED use and aneurysm. Is something very, very different from a heart attack or a stroke, guys. Very, very different. The alien gains will be missed, the greatest of all. R.I.P. legend, crazy. No surprise, R.I.P. Yeah, someone is scolding. And it's a comment that's held, but I'm going to read it because Armin Aramini says, look at these. You can't use the R word. I think that's why it got held. Look at these so-and-sos in the comments. Go get wrecked. Show some respects for F's sakes. Yeah. Dude, when somebody passes away, in our sport, it's the knee-jerk reaction of so many haters out there to say, "Wow,
It's not haters. Come on. What are you talking about haters?
what a horrible, what a
What are you talking about haters? So when things like this happen, they are realities of life. They are realities of life. We have to, if you are claiming to be older and have a daughter who is 30 now, and you are trying to educate the young ones to live into their old ages, then you have to call a spade a spade. You can't then try to push that away and be like, no, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about PEDs. It's real. And this sport, the use of PEDs is rampant. Some kids don't even know what they're putting into their bodies because you guys don't want to educate them. If you guys can tell this kid, yo, this thing can mess you up. This thing will kill you before you even see 30. You have to be aware. You have to seek the right advice. You have to know the reason why you're putting it in your body because you don't actually need this. This is a time. Because when tragedy has happened, this is a time to talk about what might have been the cause, because we all know you cannot hide that from me. You cannot hide that from anybody who goes to the gym and train hard every day. You cannot. I am not as strong as most of you guys, but for some years now I've been lifting fairly heavy weight. I've been eating all right. Diet has not been best, yes I know, but I know that even people have told me that if you just add a little bit of this and this and this, you will look amazing. But I don't want to. I'm fine the way I am. I just want to be strong so I can live into my old age and do my daily activities without struggling. So you can't sit there and try and pretend as if you don't know what might have been the cause. Because someone like Joesthetics, he's been in, the guy was how many percent body fat all year round? Is that possible? It's impossible. So don't try and shy away from the truth. Speak the truth, help the youth, because if you can see you have 331,000 subscribers, and if you look at these, because you are big, your hand, they are going to be half of them. They're going to be under the age of 30 because they want to be buff like you, they want to be as big as you, they want to probably be as strong as you and successful like you. So this is the time for you to educate them. Tell them PEDs can kill you. PEDs will probably shorten your life. PEDs have more disadvantage than advantages. So my advice to you is because you know best. I don't know how it works. I've never used any. I'm not saying you've used any, but this is a time for you to educate them, because I can see muscular development. You know, even the magazines on the shelf, the back, your logo, muscular development. We know you have an idea of PED use. Even if you don't use them, but you have an idea of the effects of the use of PEDs.
horrible reaction to the tragedy. This is a tragedy, a young man. That is very young. Those of you who are young, very young, maybe 30 doesn't seem that young to you, but trust me, guys, when you get up to be 40, 50, assuming you live that long, you're going to look back and think 30, I was just sort of starting life, beginning life as a man, really getting comfortable in my skin, figuring life out. Joe obviously was a little ahead of that, mature for his age. I mean, he ran a massive social media account, a lot of fans, did a ton of collaboration videos with a lot of people. All that will live on. He'll keep inspiring people, motivating people long after he's gone, but unfortunately he is gone. I'm shocked. Wow, it is very shocking. I mean, you can't go by people how they look, I know, but he looked like a healthy young guy, happy-go-lucky, loving life. Always, I didn't see a ton of his videos, but he seemed like a really cool guy. Always had a positive attitude. Always was encouraging of everybody around him. Cause of death, Battlefield Olympia, was an aneurysm. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, it's please guys don't be disrespectful and start talking about the drugs because we don't know. An aneurysm is very very different from a heart attack or a stroke or cancer or anything like that. It's completely different. It's a much
Hey guys, if you are watching this, me reacting to muscular development concerning the death of Joe Littner, uh, just stick with us on this video because after he's finished, we are going to also bring on somebody in the medical profession and maybe get a little bit insight of what was the cause of that.
more sudden cause of death. I've known, I have a sister-in-law whose brother passed away when he was like 20 or 21, just out of the blue. Healthy young guy, aneurysm, brain aneurysm. Very, very sad. How could he have passed, Mr. Gamer? He had an aneurysm. An aneurysm can happen to any of us at any time. It's not something that I don't believe is caused by any kind of abuse of drugs or your body or anything like that. I think an aneurysm is just terrible luck. I believe I'd have to look it up. What is an aneurysm? Now I'm gonna have to look it up, guys, because I'm very curious. So I'm
also look it up
as we speak. I'm very curious what an aneurysm is because I don't know.
An aneurysm is a bulging, weakened area in the wall of a blood vessel, resulting in an abnormal widening or ballooning greater than 50% of the vessel's normal diameter.
An aneurysm may occur in any blood vessel,
but it's most often
in an
seen
artery
in rather than a vein.
Let me click on what is an aneurysm caused by. High blood pressure, hypertension over many years resulting in damage and weakening of blood vessels, fatty plaques, atherosclerosis resulting in a weakness of the blood vessel wall, inherited diseases that may result in weaker than normal blood vessel walls. So, I mean, that shows you there can be a lot of causes for an aneurysm. What happened with Joe? Low body fat. Yeah. Someone said he had an aneurysm because he was at low body fat. No. If you heard anything I just said about an aneurysm, there's no relation. What is an aneurysm exactly? I just read the definition that I went back. Always was upbeat and encouraging. This is Kevin Clements. Very, very sad. R.I.P. Joe. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends. Blood clot in the brain. No, it's not a blood clot. That would be an embolism. This is an aneurysm. So a clot is when there's a lack of blood flow. I believe an aneurysm is more of like a burst in a blood vessel. Mario Ultimate Art Man. I just seen the post yesterday. Him and Larry flexing. Now he's gone. Yeah, I mean, he was the picture of health. Had an incredible physique. A physique most people would prefer to have over.
Wait. Having an incredible physique doesn't mean you are healthy. That one is disputable. Having an incredible physique can be as a result of using PEDs. From the outside, you might look as strong and as shredded with maybe rich-like looking muscle tissue, but on the inside, things might be a lot more different. So what he's saying there doesn't really stick on the wall. Having a physique doesn't mean that the internal organs are healthy. So that one, let's just try and brush it out. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, but having this body outside, veins popping and everything doesn't mean you're healthy. Let's just take that one out.
Like a Hassan or a Big Ramy or even a Samson. Most people would rather look like Joe and look athletic and like they can move around rather than be 300 pounds ripped. That's why he had 8.4 million followers, that's like Bumstead territory. Bumstead's got like
he had 8.5 million followers because of his personality. Joesthetics was funny, just the way he talks. Even if he wasn't shredded, he would have still been running a pretty successful social media platform because he is funny. By the way, his personality was good. Take his physique out of it, his personality, the way he talks was just awesome. You could listen to him all day without even getting bored. So let's forget about the physique part.
11 now, but that's a type of physique that really motivates and inspires people, and they can think maybe someday I could look like that. They don't look at Big Ramy or
But you don't think that maybe one day I will look like that, because even Chris Bumstead that you've just mentioned is using PEDs. Chris Bumstead is using PEDs. And if you're trying to tell us not to bring PEDs into the cause of Joesthetics death, and then you're bringing in Chris Bumstead, that means you are just contradicting yourself. Bring us somebody healthy, like maybe a lawyer, but again, we don't know. Even lawyers and doctors and other people in other fields are also using PEDs. But when you bring those two people together, Chris Bumstead, we know he said he uses his stuff, right? And you're trying to tell us not to focus on aesthetics use of PEDs. That is just wrong.
Hadi Chupan and say, I could look like that, because that's just unattainable for the vast majority of people. Obviously, Joe had really good genetics, but he worked very hard for years to capitalize on those.
Are you bringing genetics into this thing? Put genetics out of this thing. Let's put genetics out of this thing. Don't bring genetics in there.
His waist very tiny. It was a very, very aesthetic physique, hence Joesthetics. I think classic physique, he would fit right in. I don't know if he'd competed yet. I know he was supposed to start competing. I don't know if he ever did. Now people are talking about the COVID jab. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I just want to make that real quick. It's shocking. It's very sad, because that's just too young. It's way too young, guys. 30 years old. That is much too young to leave this earth. We weren't meant to live only now. He was on Bradley Martin's podcast recently. Said he needed to have his blood filtered to remove all the heavy metals and particles his doctor claims from the vaccine. Huh. Yeah, terrible to have this happen. Guys, in the comments, please be respectful. Don't talk about all the gear and PEDs. He's dead. He's gone. You know, please show.
So he's dead. He's gone. Well, how do you then educate the young ones?
Happy.
How do you then educate the young ones? He's dead. He's gone. What might have been the cause? Was it the lifestyle or something that just happened from nowhere? So if you want to have a platform that you want the young people to come to and be educated, and also if you're trying to help the young one to live as long as you have claimed, then you have to talk about what might have been the cause of his death. So the young ones may also have an idea of the consequences of drug abuse. What is the point then of this platform? Muscle development. Yes, what is the point of the platform? Come on, let's talk about everything. He's dead, yes.
He's gone.
But let's talk about everything.
It sounds like you're really gloating about it. It really makes you look like a horrible person.
What do you mean I look like a horrible person? If somebody like Joesthetics, of which we know that his physique was out of this world, all year round, the guy was shredded, low body fat. Is that really possible? Is that attainable without the use of something? So if he's passed away, yes, he's passed away. He was good in what he was doing, and he probably knew the consequences. This is a time for us, for you, because you have a much larger platform, to then tell the young ones that, guys, you see Joesthetics, was he worth it? He had everything that he wanted, but he died very young. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer to live a normal life, train as hard as you can, but try to stay away from PED so you can live into your 50s, 60s, and 70s? Because we know once you get to 75, anything above 75 is a bonus. But you only have one chance in this world. When that one is gone, when it's a full stop, it's a full stop. And wherever there's an opportunity to educate the young ones, especially the boys of ages from, because I think now kids of maybe 14 to 20 are just into this thing, like, because they see Joesthetics. So this is a time. Use this always. You always need an example to point to others what might happen if they follow the same footstep. So you can't keep saying, no, we shouldn't talk about that, we shouldn't talk about that, we shouldn't. So what should we talk about then? So we should talk only about the 8 million followers, 8 million people he had on his platform, and don't talk about what might have been the cause of his death? He's dead. The guy is dead. He's a dead man. He's never gonna come back. He's not annoyed. He's not angry where he is. Let him rest in peace. But now let's educate the young ones. Do not put your life to waste. Be conscious that everything you put in your body might kill you or might make you live young. So choose wisely. You have only one chance. Do not waste it.
Competed in men's physique last year. I think that's right. I think I remember that. That's the second show, so you can get the pro card.
Oopsie, my glasses.
That was a great guy. Very positive information by the great influencer. Yeah, he wouldn't have been that popular unless he really connected with people and they felt a connection to him, a kindred spirit, somebody that they could really relate to. I think from what I saw, he had a great sense of humor, didn't take himself very seriously at all, always had kind words and encouragement for everybody that was around him. So, yeah. I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna end this because we're gonna be covering the Orlando Pro right here on this channel live as soon as the judging is over. We have Mike Cox in Orlando. So that's going to be on this channel soon, but I did want to make a very quick video about this out of respect for.
Anyway, so
I never
we
met.
have all heard what you've said. He has not said anything.
Yeah,
He has
never
not
met him.
specifically named any cause of death because he himself he doesn't know. But what I got from him is he's just telling us not to mention anything that might have been the cause of death. He's just telling us not to even mention the word PEDs because I don't even know why. The thing is, saying somebody is using PEDs is not like you are castigating that person because we know he did. With that physique, we know he did. So it's what he, and I think there might have been a place where he. No, I think he is one of them who always say he's natural. Yeah, you're natural. Anyway, let's check another video and see what a medical practitioner is going to say about the cause of Joesthetics death. Let me go back.
At that shredded and ripped physique.
Let's check this one.
All right, some of you guys have let me know this morning that Joesthetics or Joe Linder has passed away, and you wanted to know what my opinion about it is. And I've actually spoken about him a year ago, along the lines with him and Tristan Lee. So, in case you've never subscribed to my channel or don't know who this person is, he was a very popular YouTuber, millions of fans, worked for Primeval Labs, did a couple of bodybuilding shows, and what he was mostly known for, as the name Joesthetics is concerned, you know, he had that shredded and ripped physique, the aesthetics, the ZYZZ physique, essentially.
ZYZZ.
Which is very desirable to a number of people. Everybody wants to have that nice, lean, shredded, aesthetic physique. But, you know, again, I brought this up a year ago, and it looks like the chickens have come home to roost. Here's the thing, folks. What I spoke about last year was that, you know, in all of his pictures that he shows, and a lot of these social media people show their pictures,
something like
he was always shredded. He never actually had an off season.
So let me check him
So
quick.
and obviously he was well below 5% body fat, and he was maintaining that pretty much year round. And folks, that is very dangerous, okay? You have to understand that you need to have some body fat because, you know, that helps regulate your things like the endocrine system, helps regulate the cardiovascular system, which we'll get to in just a minute. It regulates, you know, having body fat, having that some body fat in your body is essential to regulate your system. Without that, you know, your body pretty much goes haywire. It goes crazy, you know. So the thing about it is that it's being reported that he had a heart attack, which again doesn't surprise me. And what probably brought on the heart attack is probably going to be bradycardia. And what is bradycardia? Well, that's when your heart runs slower than the normal rate. Now, an adult heart rate, is going to be between 60 to 100 beats per minute. Uh, of course, when you're sleeping, it's going to be a little bit less. But uh, whenever you maintain that low body fat percentage and you have bradycardia, it causes damage over time to the heart tissue. And when you have a slow heartbeat, obviously, your body itself is basically being starved of nutrients, of the electrolytes that are necessary to regulate it. Uh, so as a result, and I'm gonna honestly take a wild guess and say that this probably happened during him while he was sleeping, that his heart simply slowed down to the point to where after extended amount of time, uh, that it just his body just failed. It just kicked out, and as a result, cardiac arrest. Bradycardia is not going to be something that happens immediately. It happens over time, uh, which he's been at that low body fat percentage, as far as I know, for at least 2 years, possibly even longer. So today was pretty much a day to where body just said, I had enough. I had enough. So, folks, this is a hard lesson to learn. I feel really bad that he's actually passed away. But I think this is a learning lesson to everyone that is wishing to compete. That, again, you can't maintain a low body fat percentage like that for so long.
Yeah.
With the bradycardia, that's just going to cause more damage to your heart, and it's not going to, uh, when you have that slower heartbeat, your body is getting slowly starved to death of its nutrients and its essential electrolytes and stuff
To
like
function.
that, you
Yeah.
know. And when that happens over time, your body finally fails. You go into cardiac arrest. It just says, I've had enough. But again, hopefully this is going to be a very hard lesson to learn for a lot of people, because a lot of people looked up to him. They saw a shredded physique
Yeah.
and they wanted to be like him. And there's nothing wrong with having a ripped and shredded physique, but don't try to maintain it forever. You need to have an off
A
season.
balance. Yeah.
You need to get some body fat back into you. And you'll still look good even at 7 or 8% body fat. But as long as you have some in it there, you're not only going to look good, but you're also going to feel good. I mean, I can imagine how bad he was feeling. I mean, despite the pictures that he was showing, I'm more than sure that he felt like crap for the last couple of months here, with his heart pretty much slowing down. But again, that's probably his likely cause of death is going to be bradycardia. We'll just have to see. But I spoke about this a year ago, and I pretty much saw it coming. But that's all I got to say on this subject. You folks have a good day.
Yeah, folks. There you get it. I'm not saying folks. Yeah.
Last summer,
We should not. We should not try and push some stuff away, because when things like this happen, this is a time for you guys with massive platforms on YouTube, you guys who are into the bodybuilding community. This is a time for you guys to actually educate the young ones. Tell them the stuff you're putting into your body might end up killing you at a very young age. As simple as that. Because the guy from muscular development kept saying people shouldn't talk about PEDs. This is the time to say PEDs are not really worth it. You cannot exchange years of living on this beautiful planet for PEDs, because it's not worth it. Your life is so beautiful. Life is so precious that you should want to take care of your life by all costs, by all possible means. You want to make sure that you stay healthy, be as strong as you can, live as long as you can on this planet. Because once we go, we can never come back. Anyway, my take is we shouldn't take out anything because we know PEDs are bad, especially for the youth who don't even know what they're putting into their bodies. This is the time to talk about that and to give them good advices, because by the way, you're never going to stop them anyway, but if you can give them those advices, some of them might change their mind. Okay, that's me anyway, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just putting my tiny bit into this issue of not talking about PEDs when one of these bodybuilding guys passed away. We should talk about it. Let's talk about it so we can at least help some of these young guys live into their 50s. Now they're even struggling to get into their 30s. It's so bad that even they're even struggling to get into the 30s, not even the 40s, not even the 50s. Back in the days, the old school bodybuilders were also using this thing, but it was different because it was being given to them by a doctor. But these days, all you need to do is get to the gym and see the how can I describe it? The guy with the biggest beard who stinks, who has no neck. You go to him and say, yeah, I want a cycle. And he sells you some stuff that he gets from his bag, from his gym bag that stinks like a bag of rotten onions. And then he sells it to you. He's never been to school. He doesn't even know what is in there. He has no idea. So let's educate these young ones. You guys, with those massive platforms, educate these young guys so they can live at least into the 30s and maybe 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. At least they can grow old before they die. And by the way, again, we are all going to die, but we are here to live for as long as we can into our old age. 75 is the mark. Anything above 75, that is a bonus. If you've not subscribed to my channel, this is the time to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification button and also give me likes so at least I can get this platform into maybe I can get to 100 subscribers. That would be awesome. And then from 100 we can start seeing if we can get to another 200, and from 200 to 300, and then we'll get to 500. Stay safe, guys. Be wise, and make sure any decision you take about your life should be a decision that is going to take you into the 70s and above. Stay safe, be good, and see you guys in the next video.